So, setting this aside until Monday. Bugs. And it smells like bug spray inside of here. And then we're missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 screws. So there's a concern that there is a liquid metal spill inside here as well. We'll have to see what the other side looks like. Yeah, so part 2, I'm getting this open. It's full of bugs here. Full of bugs everywhere. This is going to take an extra few hours to clean, and it's very possible that the HDMI is not the issue and this is going to be a no fix, but there's no way to know without going through the motions of actually servicing it first. Alright, so we got this open, and there's definitely liquid metal everywhere. Right, I don't know what that is, that giant ball of solder there. Clearly there's, it looks like components missing, it looks like bridged pins. Again, I don't know why. You see this circle here? That one definitely for sure. That circle there, I don't know why they look like that. Let's take a look at the other side. Right, I don't know what's going on there. It looks like all these components were heated up. Looks like maybe there was a reflow attempt, because those look like pretty good solder joints, but see how those two are stuck together? That wouldn't be factory stuck together like that. But that component there has definitely been too hot, and these have been too hot. If this board is not destroyed, it'll need a cap replacement. What is this all the way over here? Nothing. Right. That looks okay. Where's that? We could take one more look under the microscope, just to make sure it's as bad as it looks like it is. This is definitely bad here. All those components probably need replaced. So let's get a look at a few points of interest here. I am not set up to record at the moment. This chip here, it's the first one I noticed some weirdness going on with. This is the video processor. Let's get a good look at that. Alright, so there's definitely flux here. So somebody has attempted to do something here. And this is one of the places that you do look when you're getting a white light, but you're not getting any video display. It looks like they tried to do something here, but it's kind of strange because I don't see flux around the entirety of the chip. I only see flux around this corner. What did they do here? Got a bunch of flux there too. Okay, let's also take a look at this HDMI. And again, my apologies. I am not set up for recording quite yet. But we gotta work with what we got. Okay, so let's get back to the screen here. And so this tells a tale. Let's get back. Alright, so I'm going to try to do this with one hand. This little guy right there, it's hard to make out touching him. That capacitor doesn't belong there. I do know where it goes. It doesn't belong there. That cap is responsible for 4K for detection. It's not necessary. You still get 1080p, but there was definitely a failed reflow attempt here. And we definitely have some component damage. Let's get a look at the other side. Alright, so now we're looking at the back side of the HDMI, and there's definitely some damage done there to the board. This is well beyond a HDMI replacement. There's a chance I could spend several hours on this board and it will do nothing. Let's take a look here. As you can see, we've got, that's all liquid metal that's across the board. It all has to be removed. It's not that easy to remove. I don't have a sonic cleaner. Liquid metal tends to be attracted to other metals, so it'll get under components. Yeah, there's a bunch there. So, I don't know if Facebook Marketplace has any kind of recourse, or if this was sold as working, or if it was sold as broken but just needs an HDMI replacement. But we do no bench fees here, so I am reluctant to spend any more time on this because I don't think it's going to come back to life without a lot of work. I don't think just replacing that HDMI is going to do anything with all of those other broken components. So I'm going to send this ahead to the customer and see if Facebook Marketplace has any recourse. Like, I have no idea. I don't use Facebook Marketplace just because of this very reason. And find out what he wants to do. I might be willing to attempt to clean this up and replace the HDMI anyway for a bench fee. As it sits right now, he owes absolutely nothing. I can finish cleaning it up, put it back inside of its case, and maybe he can take it to a shop that's better equipped, that has a sonic cleaner and has some of these components on hand. It's a little possible that maybe if we get this liquid metal removed, replace the HDMI, look for anything obvious, that maybe it'll come back to life, but it's very 50-50. It's hard to say. Especially seeing that something has been done to this chip here, because I do not own the proper material to remove this chip and replace it. The chip's probably not very expensive. I can't imagine they cost more than $10. I could be wrong. Let's say I can't imagine they cost more than $25 or $30 for this chip, but I'm not positive. I mean, they could cost 2 cents for all I know. But yeah, I've got about 10 days of backlog, and I can't really spend the time on this as it is, especially since if I do spend 6 or 7 or 8 hours cleaning this up and debugging it and replacing this HDMI, that if it doesn't work, there's no fee. So that being said, we'll see if he wants to attempt the repair for a nominal bench fee. The bench fee would go towards his repair if it works. If it doesn't, he would just owe the bench fee. But hopefully, he either didn't pay that much for this and can just walk away from it, or there is recourse for Facebook Market to open up a case and get his money back or something like that. That's that.